5 principles of demand generation. We want to build specific assets in how you pitch the business. So you've got a powerful message and a powerful answer to the question, what do you do? We convert that into some credible thought leadership and package that up so that thought leadership can be out there spreading the word. When people now show some interest and you get some inbound attention, we need a productized way to first warm up and prime and educate that cold audience in a leveraged way, and then move them through a little product ecosystem that drives, hopefully, the maximum number of interested people through to your core business. And then we can focus on building a profile in offline and traditional media or online media. We can partner with some of the other key providers and players within the industry to give you a little bit more leverage and a little bit more scale. And so these principles is why we wrote the Key Person of Influence book. And we found these to be the growth levers of any business. The more you show up as that go-to brand, the easier it becomes to attract good quality clients, team members, because of course, great people want to work with inspiring leaders. If you're just another commoditized small business, it's very hard to attract talented team. Whereas if you're a bit of a thought leadership organization, you might have a book out there. You've maybe produced a great little podcast. You've featured in a bit of media. You've spoken on a few different stages. Like there's a few things there that just immediately establish credibility, authority. You know, this is an inspiring place for me to work. If you're just like every other provider, good at what you do, this is the thing, great at what you do, and yet a dime a dozen in a very competitive market, then you're dealing with just hard to attract, top talent in that kind of setting. So what I'm here to really make the case for today is that I believe the biggest breakthrough in your business isn't to think about tactics and ad campaigns and Facebook ads and YouTube channel. Like all of this stuff is tactical. What I'd love you to think about is that, look, my number one job is to focus on positioning myself as a go-to player in the industry. If I can be seen as that go-to person, be associated to the right people, be associated with the right brands, be featured in a few bits of media, maybe win an award or two. If I can do a few of these key things that elevates me above the noise of the rest of the market, immediately everything in the business is going to just start to work a lot better. It's like the oil that greases every part of the engine. Does that set the scene? Is that helpful as starting context? Are we on the right track? We're going to dive into some stuff on the whiteboard here. Here's what we've noticed about the entrepreneur journey. Here's a few things we've noticed about the entrepreneur journey, and I'd love to get your thoughts on how this matches to your experience as well. It tends to, having worked with thousands of founders through this accelerator, we've kind of got a bit of a helicopter view of lots of different industries, 50 plus different. We tend to work with traditional services, product-based business, people who are got lots of intellectual property, lots of experience, good at what they do, but they just haven't packaged it as effectively as they could. Very commoditized in their industry. It's competitive, it's quite noisy, saturated, all those kind of different things. But everyone's business is different and unique, but the pattern that business goes through as it grows is quite predictable. Every business begins in startup, which is characterized by lots of hope and enthusiasm and excitement. And basically the job of every startup business is what we say is to navigate the chaos of startup, which is one, can you prove a concept in the market that market cares about? And what I mean by concept is you've got something there where you can go out, you can share what you do in a way that's getting some attention. It's not just a dime a dozen kind of an offer. You are able to connect the marketplace to your background and your experience and your story through how you communicate what you do. There might be a stronger purpose or a driving force behind why you started the business in the first place. You connect origin, mission, and vision. You might have found kind of some novel little method or innovation or an approach or a way of doing something that you find is getting a better outcome or result. But there's a concept there that's getting some attention. You're able to then build a small audience around that concept. And that could be on social media, it could be on an email list, it could be just you've got a group of people that are engaging in what you're sharing and talking about, and they're interested in following along and learning more about some of the things that, the ideas that sit behind the business. You can present a offer that is capturing enough of their attention for them to raise their hand and go, yeah, I'd be interested in learning more about that. And you can get out there and you can have sales conversations and just run a very basic sales process. Not very efficient. You might convert 1 in 10 people, let's say, but still it's just a volume game at this point in time, and you're able to go out there and make sales.